Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television. A reminder of our top stories. Governors of the 36 states meet with President Buhari in Abuja over security challenges facing the country. Say forum yet to take decision on state policing. Court orders INEC to issue certificate of return to former governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, as senator-elect for Imo West Senatorial District. Federal High Court orders Dar Communications and the National Broadcasting Commission to maintain the status quo in the case between them, pending a hearing on June 13th. And it's blame game as Russia and U.S. warships come close to collision in the Western Pacific Ocean. For more information on our top stories, please visit our website, channelstv.com. Also, youtube.com/channelsweb has videos of our shows. You can watch Channels Television's live stream on YouTube and other social media platforms using your mobile device browser, or download the Channels TV app for Android and iOS devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share pictures, videos, and news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. The Delta State government and other relevant agencies are working closely to resolve the burning wellhead in Polububo community in Warri North local government area. The angry community members were informed about this development when they blocked the convoy of the Deputy Governor, Mr. Kingsley Otwaro, at the entrance of the Government House Annex in Warri.
Angry protesters blocked the convoy of the Deputy Governor of Delta State, Kingsley Otwaro, just by the entrance of the Government House Annex in Warri. Their grievance is the black soot emanating from a burning wellhead for many days now, belonging to Chevron Nigeria Limited. Deputy Governor Otwaro alights from his vehicle to address the crowd.
Chevron does not send us relief material. People are dying every day. Every day the children are dying, sickness everywhere. We want them to send medical team. All we have done is we have tried to put our thoughts together so that we don't bore you with a very long statement. All the things we want.
I want to assure you and promise you that the Delta State government, led by Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, is a responsive government. A government that responds to the yearning of its people. We will send a high-power Delta State government team, possibly in collaboration with Chevron Nigeria Limited, to see firsthand what the issues are, with a view to addressing some of them.
The crowd then gives way for the Deputy Governor to move in for his assignments of the day. A critical stakeholders meeting to resolve lingering boundary disputes amongst communities, as well as other issues between host communities and oil multinational, bordering on issues of environmental degradation, provision of basic amenities, amongst others.
It's highly condemnable and it's unacceptable to us as a people, because we produce the resources that sustain this country, and we ought to be treated as human beings and not the way they are treating us.
Once again, Chevron Nigeria, through its representative at the meeting, reiterates their commitment to putting out the fire.
It's a collaboration. The state government is involved, the federal government is involved, Chevron is also involved. And there's a very good pathway that we are going through, especially with the RODC leading that way.
The meeting is over and promises have been made. Going back to the hazardous community, the people expect a high level of responsibility, not just from the oil company, but also from government at all levels. Vivian Oramadike, Channels Television News.
And here in Lagos, lawmakers of the House of Assembly say they will ensure a proper synergy between the legislature and the executive in the Ninth Assembly. The lawmakers mentioned this today at the inauguration of the Ninth Assembly, where Mr. Mudashiru Obasa was re-elected unopposed as Speaker. Our correspondent, Dari Idowu, reports.
It is the inauguration of the state's Ninth Assembly, and the atmosphere here captures the essence of the occasion. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, represented by his deputy Obafemi Hamzat, says delivery on promises made to the people requires a good working relationship among the arms of government.
The very essence of the principle of separation of power is to ensure that checks and balances are in place and to guarantee the independence of every arm of government from the order as specified in our Constitution. It, however, does not discourage partnership as long as this will serve the overall interest and good of the people of our great state Lagos.
The voting starts with nominations from the lawmakers.
I present my nominate and I give it selection of Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa Babawoka. Thank you.
The Speaker, Mudashiru Obasa, and his deputy are re-elected. 40 legislative seats, all occupied by members of the All Progressives Congress. 29 of them served in the 8th Assembly. One of the 29 returning lawmakers is on his 5th term. 3 of the 40 lawmakers are females. The 9th Assembly has 11 newcomers. For this new and old set of lawmakers, making legislation that would address the developmental needs of Lagos State is the main focus for the next 4 years.
I think the relationship is going to be very smooth this time around, based on the fact that we have somebody that has been in the system for a while, in person of the governor and the deputy governor. In fact, if you look at the composition of the executive so far, we have the SSG who has been in the system, we have the chief of staff who has been in the system, and likewise in the legislature. Have been around, the principal officers, they all have been around, and we've, kind of established very smooth relationship in the past.
Party-like, colorful atmosphere here at the Lagos State House of Assembly, where the 9th Assembly has been inaugurated. The Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, both returned unopposed. And of course, this leadership will be looking at working in synergy with the executive, who will be steering the affairs of the state in the next 4 years. Daridu, Channels Television News.
I'm going to toss it over now to Ibrahim Adra in Abuja for more on the news at 10. Hi, Ibrahim.
Many thanks indeed, Amarachi, and hello, everyone. The federal government has promised to adopt policies and programs that will help reduce air pollution in the country. The Director of Human Resources at the Ministry of Environment, Mr. Daniel Peter, says government will protect Nigerians from the harmful effect of air pollution, as well as save financial resources for federal government.
It's a day to celebrate the environment.
If you want to be healed naturally.
Gathered in this hall are environmental experts and government officials who have come to deliberate on how air pollution can be reduced in the country. Statistics from the Ministry of Environment shows that globally, over 7 million people die annually owing to poor air quality. But it appears the federal government is not resting on its oars.
The ministry has over the years worked assiduously to make the environment safe and conducive for productivity. This particularly underscores the interventions of the ministry in the areas of pollution and waste management by creating waste cycling projects in various states of the Federation. In addition, the ministry is presently aggressively pursuing the low sulfur policy and ozone-friendly refrigeration policy.
There were suggestions on how Nigerians can protect themselves from the harmful effect of air pollution.
The impact of people in creating pollution is minimal. It is clear that where the population is high, like we experience right now in our nation, the area urbanized and industrial with high energy usage, large quantities of pollutants are released into the environment. It is therefore very important for healthy and sustainable living that the preventive measures and sustainable solutions are enforced to ensure safe environments for the population to live.
Trees are able to clean the air and they absorb harmful airborne particles and gaseous pollutants. Toxins such as nitrogen oxides, ammonia, and sulfur oxide through their leaves, barks, and roots.
Air pollution has remained a serious challenge in Nigeria, from vehicle exhaust, aggravated by a rising car population, to industrial emissions and the use of fuel wood for domestic purposes. The dangers are huge. Experts say what is required is more government commitment to address the menace.
Meanwhile, in commemoration of the World Environment Day, the country director of Oxfam, Mr. Constant Chona, is asking the federal government to put adequate resources together to beat air pollution in Nigeria, as the quality of air we breathe is believed to be bad. Mr. Chona says government at all levels must put resources and efforts to beat air pollution by taking action now. He was speaking on the theme of this year's celebration. We can't stop breathing, but we can do something about the quality of air we breathe. He believes that encouraging Nigerians to plant trees is one major way to curb pollution. The event was put together by the European Union and Oxfam. Ahead of the maiden National Democracy Day celebration on June the 12th, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, is asking Nigerians not to forget the history of the nation as a land rich in history, culture, and natural resources. Mr. Mustafa explains the need for Nigerians to work towards ensuring that the nation's human resources are properly harnessed in order to sustain its unity and growth. The SDF was speaking in Abuja shortly before unveiling the first National Democracy Day exhibition tagged Unbroken Democracy.
The exhibition this year is rather unique, as it has also presented our history in arts and pictures, but also in a digital interactive form that presents a whole new experience to all our guests. It is my sincere hope that this exhibition will bring to remembrance the depth of our political history and further serve as a uniting force for all of us as a people.
And now to Adamawa, where all political office holders who served under former Governor Mohammed Jibrila in that state have been relieved of their appointments. Those affected are all commissioners, the secretary to the state government, senior special advisors, special assistants, and state development area administrators. Governor Ahmed Finturi says the action has become necessary in order for his administration to bring the state back to the path of sanity, transparency, probity, accountability, and rapid development. Let's take a break now, but when the news at 10 return, London Stock Exchange hosts EcoBank for the successful issuance of its $500 million Eurobond on the international market. That's on Business Union, and coming from our London Bureau is Around the World in 5. Do stay with Channels Television.